They clicked on the ad because they were interested in that pain point. That is the optimization point for your ad, right? That is how you created the product for your ad and campaign optimization. So from there, they're coming to the landing page. Now the goal is to optimize the landing page also as per what you're committing to them, right? That's what you're saying that you will help them in. So that they should not deviate from that topic, and we have to provide the validations to it, right? So that is the whole psychology and goal for this when while you're designing the web page. So while you're designing the web page, the technical process is the same. You need to learn how to design a page. If you learn that, designing a landing page is just creativity. We're just reorganizing. In a normal website, we would have put some section below. In the landing page, we'll be putting it on the top. So whatever you want to show first has to be on the top itself, right? So that is the whole structure change there. So once you start with the product or the pain point, once you've created that product, then you start organizing your content one by one and section by section. Once the content organization is finished, then you start off with building your website. Okay. All right. So I think I forgot to share the form. Just a moment, I'll just share the form also. uh, just a moment. So if anybody wants to put in the queries, they can put it here. I am just opening the form. I think I forgot to. Yeah. So if you have a follow-up question in this regards, you can ask me in this form. Okay. Yeah. So as I was discussing, while you're having a website, while you're having a landing page, make sure you start from the right approach. That is starting from the product part. What product you are going to go ahead with. That is where you need to brainstorm more. Okay. Once you get the right product, you will automatically be able to optimize your campaigns also, right? And automatically from there, you will get to know what content should I put in, how should I organize for my landing page also. Design, you can, once you have sorted the content, you can just take a look at the inspiration that is there. There are plenty your competition's inspiration. Even if you search something in or say something, Instagram and privacy is a myth that everybody knows, right? I think so, right? So your Instagram starts showing you ads, right? So from there you'll get to know some form of person would be running an ad. So you from there itself you got a competition, you got an idea, you got an inspiration. So that is going to be the point where it will give you an idea on how further to organize this, right? So try to use these basic things and basic implementations. This will give you much better idea on how to organize and what is right for you. The designing aspect, that is within the course. Once you learn how to design a page, you will be able to design a landing page also. Okay, so that is in the course. You have the designing module. All right. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, you can fill that up. And while you're filling that up, you just need to give me a minute. And while you're filling that up, I'll just be going away for a minute. You fill that up. Once I come back, I will be taking up those queries. Okay. If you have any questions, you can fill that up. And while you're filling that up, just be All right, guys. So, all right. So we'll just start. Okay. So currently, I think there are no questions that have been asked. So, let's do one thing. In this regards, if you have any questions, the form is still open, right? And you can fill that up. And while you're doing that, the main thing is, if anybody joined in late or in this part, I'll just give you a brief on what we discussed today. So the goal was for today was one is in this session we take up as usual the queries that you have. Second is whatever topics that we discussed. That first we discussed on how do you should start off with. You should start off with the course. Just log into your Skill Nation account, and from there you will be able to, which you have got access to through your emails. Make sure check inbox and spam both, and from there start with the courses. Second part is we talked about in terms of when you're starting off which course to start off with. So if you don't have a website, start off with the website building module, and if you already have it, then you can start with the ads module. The next is if you have if you don't have a website, you need three things. You need a hosting, you need a domain, and you need a technology. In your course WordPress is discussed because it's being something which is more flexible, and you don't need to code to do things. It is drag and drop and building things and using templates to build the website. So that is where you will be able to use that, and it takes you from a step from starting, considering you don't know anything, to the part where you will be able to manage it completely no matter what business you are dealing in, right? And that is what we've discussed in this part. And the other is using any other platforms, they become tricky and messy, and that's why we have focused on WordPress, which is still the long term. If you think about long term things, that's why WordPress is being used. Okay, and if you think about the budget, that's why the WordPress is being used. Okay, now let's do one thing. I will just close the form now, and I will just quickly take a minute and help you out. If somebody's query has been left out, then I will. Okay, so I think there was a query. Just a second. Yeah, so there is a query. Let me just first close the form. Just a moment. Yeah, so I've just closed the form, and let me just take that one query. Okay, Shailesh, thanks for clarifying and bringing clarity to the topic of landing page for ads. Okay, perfect. Now my query is there will be form for landing pages and also the main website. So how to take those to my real estate CRM? Do I have a separate webhooks for each for lead source capture? So if your form, okay, so basic goal is from your landing page, whichever you have created, you will have forms for the lead collection, right? And same thing for the main website. Each form that you're creating is treated as separate form, and the domain also changes. So it has to be integrated within your within your real estate CRM using webhooks only. So whatever your CRM is providing, like maybe it's providing through WP Forms or Short Forms or through Contact Form 7, if it is providing any webhooks over there, Contact Form is usually free. So that is what I and it is more prominent in this regards, so you can use that. And if it is providing any webhooks there, so you can integrate those webhooks, but it has to would have to be done separately because each form is treated separate. Okay, so in this regards, try to create separate forms in this. Okay, okay. All right. Now, for the rest of the part, guys, if anybody's query is left out or they wanted me to get back to you through the emails, or they're just starting off and they don't know, which, how to kickstart things and need guidance in this kickstarting the things, right? So in that regards also, I'm just sharing another form link. And if you want me to take a look at your website, or you have something in mind that you wanted to ask me afterwards after the session, right, and you wanted me to connect to the emails in that regards, or you wanted other forms to ways to connect to me, for that you can fill that form up. For the people who have trouble getting payment gateways, having problems with not understanding how to deal with the developers, if you already have hired a developer, or if you have some problem in the course while you're working in the course, you face some problems and want to ask me a question through the emails also, you can just fill this form up. And for the people who are just starting new, they have not taken any hosting, they have not taken any domain, they need a kickstart guidance, and to understand which is the right plan and get the best deals and how to save the money in that regards, they can also fill this form up. I will guide you in this aspect also. And please make sure while you're filling this form up, please make sure to put the query there. Okay, the query in anything you wish to ask me part, that's the field in the form. So make sure you put that, and accordingly I will be replying back to you tomorrow. Today after 9 p.m., whosoever fills up the form will be getting an automated email, and tomorrow whatever query that you had put in anything you wish to ask me part, I will be replying back on that. Okay, so I hope so this part is clear to everybody. And this session happens every Thursday 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you can also choose to wait a week and come back to this session and ask me your doubts here also. Okay. But if you want quicker responses, you can fill that up and I'll get back to you through the emails. All right. So thank you so much. I think so we have covered with all the queries also. So any follow-up queries left, you can fill that up over here.